Speedbird 851, turn right, heading 180. Order 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
The shortage of pilots. Is it a myth, or is it truly a reality? In today's viewer-suggested video, I intend on discussing the rumoured pilot shortage and helping you understand the entire situation, from whether it is a reality, if so why exactly, and where. If you would like a video suggestion to be completed, like this one, feel free to click the link that'll be in the description, directing you to a Google form. With that being said, let's get underway. For as long as I and others can remember, becoming a pilot has been a goal for many people across the globe. However, one thing that comes with the training to become a pilot is the incredibly high fees to train from a young age. These fees are often too high to achieve for teenagers who are yet to get a job, and can actually derail them in their goal to becoming a pilot. As a Deputy Chair of Aviation at the popular Swinburne University in Australia said, a pilot shortage is present within Australia and is serious. The cause of this exactly? The changes which have recently seen course prices skyrocket. But just how expensive are these courses and training programs, you may ask? According to CareerZone, a cadetship with Qantas will set you back $87,000. That's in AUD currency, so Australian. While flying school can cost you some $28,000 for a very basic commercial pilot's license. Degrees can be among some of the highest at universities and are even more expensive than your typical Qantas cadetship. A Bachelor in Aviation and Piloting at Swinburne University will actually set you back anywhere between $179,230 to $192,455, excluding any additional hours you may decide to take training. These fees, while maybe justified to some, are pushing more and more people away. With an average salary for a teenager at a local supermarket hour in Australia being anywhere between $10 to $25, numbers like these for these courses can give you years of debt. In a statement, that Chair of Aviation at Swinburne said, "This means students wanting to undertake a flight training degree need to find close to $35,000 up front, and for some, that's simply unattainable." Australia really isn't the only place being impacted by pilot shortages. Most recently, Asia has appeared as an area where pilots are in desperate need. However, airlines aren't just struggling now. The future is what they are also worried about. With Asia only expected to continue growing as an aviation market, thousands of new aircraft are needed, and airlines need pilots to fly them. Take a look at Airbus and Boeing's forecasts, which were in 2016. Boeing forecasted that the aviation industry needs 679,000 new pilots between 2016 and 2035. Airbus have said that between 2016 and 2035, there will be a requirement in excess of 500,000 new pilots. These figures can mostly be seen in the likes of Asia and the Middle East, and by growing the way they are, these regions simply cannot find enough qualified pilots in their area. This has forced them to head to the likes of America, Europe and more for skilled pilots. But they need to offer more pay to essentially entice people to come across and fly for the airlines in that region, and these salaries don't come cheap. But you might be thinking a lot of people are training in flight schools around the world, so surely the pilot shortage isn't true. You'd be correct in the first part. However, really the major problem and where the pilot shortage is coming from is the higher up spots, so first officers and captains that are highly experienced. Someone who's just come out of flight school, or even say a university, isn't going to give these carriers what they need, and they can't risk the passengers and crew safety by putting someone inexperienced in that seat. These problems, though, stretch to carriers within the United States as well. Regional airlines of late have been asking for pilots with 1,500 hours of experience. The problem is that in the United States, a lot of pilots leave flight school with 250. The time it then takes to build up those extra 1,250 hours is simply ridiculous and can actually slow down these graduates drastically, especially with the costs to complete these hours continuing to pour in. So, is this pilot shortage a myth or a reality? It's definitely a reality, and while it may seem daunting, it shouldn't make you stop achieving your dreams if you're watching this. If you want to become a pilot, then train, and train some more, and save your money, but most importantly, give it your all. After all, no goal is achieved by sitting down and doing nothing. Well, unless that is your goal. Seriously though, discussing the pilot shortage and extremely high costs to train show those that you're there and eager. The more these topics are covered and discussed, the more pressure is put on to create better pathways for up-and-coming pilots, and in recent years, we've actually seen major strides in programs to help the youth achieve their goals. With that being said, I hope you did enjoy this video and learnt something. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to you all joining me in the next video.
Race all of these broken dreams in flight, and we'll fly.